Hi there, readers. Today I want to teach you some new ways to grow even more as you set off to read on your own. One of the things that's really going to help you is to focus on your thinking while you read and the writing that you do alongside your reading. So today I want to really teach you how to grow through thinking and writing as you read. So what I mean by that is that readers not only just plow through the text and read really quickly, but they keep track of themselves as a reader. One of the ways you can keep track of yourself as a reader is by keeping a reading log. Now, your teacher will probably share with you a reading log that looks something like this, or maybe they have a different way of keeping track. This is not to make sure that you're doing your reading. This is to make sure that you study yourself as a reader. Take a look at the patterns and the habits that you're having as you read. Do you always just read the same type of text? Do you read for 15 minutes one day and 45 minutes the next day? How do you grow and add on to the time that you spend as a reader? So studying yourself as a reader is going to help you keep track of your thinking and writing as well. So this is one way that you'll be doing that. Now, another method to further yourself as a reader is to be keeping track of yourself. And one way to do that is to write as you go. Now, I know you guys have your reader's notebooks with you, and you probably already wrote this teaching point at the tip top of your notebook, but this is going to become a place for you to think and to write as you read. I do it all the time. I've got not only sticky notes inside of my text, but I keep the sticky note ideas or the ideas that I really want to stick inside of my notebook as well. This is going to be a space for you to capture your thinking and your writing, to grow ideas about the texts that you read. That's why we do it. So, for example, you might study a character across the pages of your text. You might be paying attention to how Keck acts at home in his home country, how he acts in his new land, how he acts when he's around someone he feels comfortable with, how he acts in any new situation. You might be studying the interactions between the characters. You might be studying their different perspectives. You might do a little character web where you take a character like this one I'm showing you here and study Flora and her personality as she approaches different problems or situations in her life. You may be doing some writing about reading that starts on a Post-it note, kind of like I've done here, where you capture one thought or idea or quote that comes from the story, and then you want to grow your thinking by writing long about that idea. I love how in this example by Ringer, the student writes, Beans controls kids in a negative way. He does this because he is popular. He got popular by doing those negative things, mostly by bullying. And the student writes, this makes me think that Beans scares kids. And he's just really pushing his thinking by saying, for instance, and he gives a specific example, he adds on to that thinking by saying, this makes me think. So he's adding on by writing more and thinking deeper about what's happening in the text. He even goes back and puts more about the pigeon symbolism. So here I've captured on page 11, Keck is taking it all in. He observes every new detail around him. I've added on my own thinking to grow the quality of my reading. So today, readers, I invite you to read a little bit and then stop, think, wonder, question, and then do a little bit of jotting, do a little bit of writing about your reading. Your notebook will end up becoming a space just like this one, where you can grow your ideas and think deeper about characters, setting, plot, imagery, symbol, whatever you want, okay? I want to just show you some really cool examples here where this is just a notebook page that you're looking at. You can be as creative as you like. Grab some pens, Grab some Post-it notes. Turn your notebook sideways if you want. Let this be the space where your thinking and your ideas help you understand this text even more. Let's look at some of these examples really quickly to get some inspiration. Look at this, lines that I love. So this student is reading Home of the Brave, just like you might be reading, and capturing just some really inspiring lines, and doing that in her reader's notebook in a way that is colorful and comes alive. Here, this character study starts with these are the characters I'm meeting. So I love how this reader is reading this book titled The Help and is thinking about the characters that they meet along the way, just like real people. I love thinking about the characters in these books as real people that you meet. The most magnificent thing, this is like a picture book, and here in the notebook, this reader has captured what's happening in the beginning, and then towards the end, you can see the arrows show that growth over time, and then what lessons as the reader pulls it all together. Look at this beautiful representation of thinking and ideas and writing to grow the quality of reading. Look at these visual representations. You can do that in your reader's notebook as well. Love this connection to science. I mean, anything that we read, any character that we meet in these texts is going to help us grow in life. So readers, today as you go off to read, I want you to be thinking, how can I think and write about this text? And then let that unfold in your own notebook. I can't wait to see what happens in your notebook page that shows me what you're thinking inside of your mind. Happy reading.